This is your state representative, Adam Anderson from North Pinellas County with your weekly legislative update from Tallahassee. But before I get into that update, I want to take a minute and thank each and every constituent that reached out to me in my office over these past couple weeks. And I want you to know that I genuinely appreciate and value your input and your feedback. I appreciate your support. Know that my team and I are always here to support our community. In a few short weeks, we're going to be headed back to Tallahassee for our general session, and that's going to be very fast-paced. If there's something that you see in the news, or maybe you're following a bill that's moving through the legislative process and you have some questions about it or maybe some concerns, never be afraid to reach out to me in my office. We're here to answer those questions. We're here to listen to your concerns. In fact, I welcome it because our form of government functions better the more that we hear from you. So this week was kicked off with a special session. And during that special session, we took up legislation to continue our fight against illegal immigration in the state of Florida, and specifically to enact legislation to support President Donald Trump's executive orders and policies at the federal level. Now, the bill that we ultimately passed changed quite a bit as it moved through the legislative process, as it often does, and especially after consultation directly with law enforcement throughout the state and consultation directly with the White House. Now, the bill that we passed varied from the governor's proposal, and that's okay. In fact, that's healthy. That's why we have a separation of powers in government. But I wanted to take a minute to give you the reasons why I voted yes on this bill and why 102 other Republicans in the legislature joined me in doing so. The first is that it cracks down on bad guys. It does so in a number of ways, but some of the highlights are that it increases every felony by 1 degree if it's an illegal alien that's committing it. So third-degree felonies go to second-degree felonies go to first, and it also includes a mandatory death penalty for those that commit capital crimes like first-degree murder. If you're an illegal alien and you're in a gang or a transnational crime organization, you automatically get the maximum sentence. So there's no minimum mandatories anymore. The second thing is that it protects our elections. This is something we've been talking about a lot. And it does this by adding real ID requirements to our elections process, and it adds RICO statutes as an enforcement mechanism for those that violate them. So if you aid an illegal alien in the voting process, whether it's voting or registering to vote, you can be prosecuted under the same statutes that we prosecuted John Gotti and took down the mafia in New York. Also, it provides the necessary funding to our law enforcement officers and for jails. It requires them to work with ICE to deport illegal aliens when they're arrested. So it's replacing catch and release with catch and deport. And then the last reason is that it takes away the incentives for illegal aliens to come to Florida in the first place by ending our in-state tuition for non-citizens. Now, as of this video, we're still at a disagreement between the governor and the legislature, but there's one thing that I can tell you with absolute certainty, is that every elected Republican in the state of Florida is in agreement that we must crack down on illegal immigration and that we must support President Donald Trump's policies to keep America the greatest nation in the world.